Hello and welcome to Maths by SAS. This is my first lesson of D1, chapter number 13, exercise 13A, and that is about the conversion of units. These lessons I am making on special request of some of my junior students. So please watch this lesson carefully because during the lesson I will be teaching you how to convert the given measurements from meters to centimeters and centimeters to meters. And these lessons are equally important for O3 students as well, especially the students who are studying D3, chapter length of arc and area of sector. They can also get help from this lesson. So let's move to the discussion of today's class. Before going to the question, there are some key points that we must have to remember. That 1 centimeter equals to how many millimeters. If you forget the relationship between centimeters and millimeters, you can recall and you can look at the ruler. You can see that 0 to 1 we have 1 centimeter, and count how many small lines are in between. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 and 10. So 1 centimeter, students, will be equal to how many millimeters? Again, you can have the experience by counting the lines between 1 and 2. This is again 1 centimeter gap, and how many small lines are there? 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 and 10. So 1 centimeter will be equal to 10 millimeter, and 1 meter equals to 100 centimeter. And 1 meter will hold how many millimeters? 1 meter equals to, as 1 meter equals to 100 centimeter, and 1 centimeter equals to 10 millimeters. When I will be multiplying 100 by 10, I will have 1000 millimeters, and 1 kilometer has 1000 meters, and 1 meter, if we look at the top conversion, we can see that 1 meter equals to 100 centimeter. So 1000 will be multiplied by 100. So 1 kilometer will be equal to 100,000 centimeters. And then further 1000 millimeters. And there is a simple rule that when we are converting big units to small units, we have to multiply. And for small to big, we have to divide. That if I want to find and I want to convert the millimeters to centimeters, millimeters are small and centimeters are big. So 1 millimeter will be equal to 1 or 10 centimeter. These are the key rules that you have to keep in your mind for better understanding of today's class. So let's move to question number 1. And question number 1 says that we have to express 40 meter square in centimeter square. 40 meter square in centimeter square. Now recall that we have to convert meters to centimeters. Means big to small. So we have to multiply, and then what we have to do, we have to think about that we have to convert meter squares. Recall the concept of the square, that what do we do in square? We have to multiply the same number by itself. So first of all, we have to see that 1 meter equals to how many centimeters, because 1 meter equals to 100 centimeter. So 1 meter square will be equal to 100 multiplied by 100, and which will become 100 multiplied by 100, and it will become 10,000 centimeter square. So in order to convert 40 meter squares, what I will be doing, this 40 will be multiplied by what? 10,000. 1, 2, 3. Yes, 1, 2, 3. This is unit 10, 100, 1000 and 10,000. And simple rule of multiplication of zeros. 400, 1000 and centimeter square. Really easy question. And the second part is 16 centimeter squares in meter squares. Again, look, small to big. Small to big. What we are going to do, we have to divide. Again, we have established the rule that 1 meter square holds 10,000 centimeter squares. So here we are going to use that 10,000 centimeter squares. Centimeter squares are equal to 1 meter square, and 1 centimeter square will be equal to 1 over 10, 1, 2 and 3, and 1 over 10,000 meter square. So what I will be doing, 16 centimeter square will be equal to unit 10, 100, 1000 and 10,000. Okay, this is 16 divided by 10,000. Now we have to learn how to perform the calculation without calculator. So I have to write the number in the numerator carefully on the extreme right, and then I have to place the zeros. 0, 1, 2, 3 and 4, 0 and 1. Now you can see that at the top of the 0 we have the number. At the top of this 0 we have the number, but at the top of these zeros we do not have any number, and then we have 1. So what will we do to fill up these two places? At the top of 1 I have to put the decimal, and these two zeros will be replaced by 0, 0 and 1 6 meter square. Really easy questions. And then the next is 0.03 meter squares in centimeter squares. Again, look, we are converting big to small. Big to small, so we have to multiply, and then we have to think that 1 meter square equals to how many centimeter squares? This is 10,000. 1 meter square will be equal to 10,000 centimeter squares. Then 0.03 meter squares will be equal to 0.03 multiplied by 10,000. Now, how to perform calculation without calculator? So I hope we know how to remove the decimal 0.03 and 0, and under decimal we have to put 1. Then I have to multiply this number by 10,000, and this is centimeter square. 2 zeros go with these 2 zeros, and we are left with 3 multiplied by 100, and this will be equal to 300 centimeter square. First I have removed the decimal, and then I'm cancelling these 2 zeros with 2 zeros, and we are left with 3 with 100. So the answer of this question is 300 centimeter square. And moving to the next question, and that is 28,000 centimeter squares into meter squares, centimeter squares into meter squares. Again we have to convert small to big. Small to big means we have to divide. And now recall the rule that 1 centimeter square, 1 centimeter square equals to how many meter squares? That is 1 over 10,000. 1 over 10,000 and meter squares. And now what we have to do, 28,000 centimeter squares will be equal to 28,000 upon 10,000. 1, 2, 3, 4 and okay. Look at my working style, that I'm placing the zeros underneath each zero and non-zero digit nicely. And now we can see that we can easily remove these 3 zeros, and we will be left with, students, what? 28 by 10. And now we know the rule of division by 10, that we have to see that how many zeros are in the denominator. There is 1 zero, so we will be leaving 1 digit from the right side, and my answer is 2.8 meter squares. I hope, students, you are really clear about how to convert the bigger units to smaller units and smaller units to the bigger units. And the simple rule for the conversion is that from big to small we have to multiply, and from small to big we have to divide. Please watch and understand this lesson carefully, because this lesson is foundation for many other lessons. Please watch my lessons, like, share and subscribe the channel, and press bell icon to get the notification of every lesson in time. Thank you very much.